Hey, this is Hien. I want to talk about the purpose for the infinite banking system. And now, it kind of doesn't make sense for a lot of people. When I first started, was like, why would I pay interest on my own money that I already have? So, what does that? It doesn't matter. Like, what does that mean? Like, why don't you just buy it and be good? Well, the purpose of this is the infinite banking system. If you read Bill Nash, let me show you the book over here, Become Your Own Banker. He talks the analogy of opening your own supermarket, like your own grocery store. So let's say you have a grocery store that you use your own money to buy your groceries. Are you gonna go to that store and like take the food because it's already yours and then go out the back door, or are you gonna actually go and pay for it on the front door and check out properly and pay for your own food that is already yours to show that the business made a profit? So when you're doing a bank, you have a banking business. You want to go to the front door and show that your bank is making money. Of course, the money is yours. You can take it out the back door, but then it shows that your bank lost money or got robbed. Okay, so in order to run it like a business, you have to go to the front door and be an honest banker. And so you're gonna have to have your own accountability in paying your own bills off, so that it shows that it makes money and it can grow funds using the business of banking. Okay, so if you read the book, it kind of helps you with that. If you haven't, there's a link in the description below. I'll link that book for you. And he kind of goes a lot more detailed for like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours. I just kind of give you the brief summary version of it. And so using that same concept is to then use crypto as a way to, in a sense, expand your credit line. So the purpose of the infinite banking system is because of that inflation. Is, we're trying to save up at a very low interest rate, but we're not catching up with inflation. And so with crypto, you can earn about maybe 10% on it, and then you borrow at 12%. Of course, you're paying a little more, I get it, but let's say if you have more, let's say you have $10,000 earning 10%, and you only borrow 1,000 at 12%. Well, guess what? That interest of 10% at 10,000 is actually growing exponentially and compounding as if it was still there, but you borrowed from it. Okay, so even though you borrowed 1,000, it's still compounding at $10,000, not $9,000, because it's still $10,000 right there because it's still there. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so that's the purpose, and that's where I finally got it. Was because of the power of compounding. Every time you take money out of the bank, guess what? You're not earning money on it because you spent it, right? But if you borrowed it and use it and spend it, but it's still growing with interest as if it's still there, then that's how you can compound bigger lump sums over and over and over. Okay, and so with crypto, you can then ride the wave with Bitcoin, which is a hedge against inflation. So as they print more and more money, it's just going to ride the wave, just like houses do when our banks print money for real estate. Okay, but because with real estate, we can't save 100, 200, or 20% down payment for an average Joe. It's just too far and fetch for us as a regular 9 to 5 income earner, maybe making $25 an hour or less. And so with cryptocurrencies, you can still buy that house in a sense, but a portion of the house, and ride the wave with wherever you are, no matter how small of a wage that you make. Even if you make minimum wage, you can still get a piece of that house and ride that wave with inflation, because cryptocurrencies allows you to do that. You can't do that with real estate because you have to buy the whole house, right? You can't just buy a piece of the house and then just ride the wave for that. So this is a really awesome opportunity with cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that is the purpose for the infinite banking system, so that we can provide more cash flow and be able to provide for our family through an asset that grows over time, and at the same time, as it's growing, we borrow from that so that it continues to grow with the full amount as if the money was still there, even though it's already been paid. So, and the thing is that if you had paid your bills directly, you would have nothing to show for at the end of the day, because you paid your bills as an honest person. Of course, you know, that's fine, but then you missed out on that wave of inflation, and you get left behind. So you work hard, and you're honest, and you work really hard, long hours to provide, but yet you're still scraping by, and you have nothing left to show for at the end of the day, and no asset, and that asset has taken off without you. Okay, so that's the reason why, and it's definitely helped me to have a more relaxed month at the end of the month, and have more freedom to do things. So I want to share this with you, and hopefully it's helped you and your family too. You can start anywhere, as little as $5 a day, or whatever, $5 a month. You can start wherever you want to start. Just get started. It'll grow over time. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching.